Hey guys, Rob here. Today's video, we're not going to talk about this here air gun. We're going to talk about this really nice optic that's sitting on top. Let's go. All right, before we get into the actual video, I just want to say that this is an air gun, a pre-charged pneumatic. We've talked about it in previous videos, and this is not a BB gun or anything like that. As a matter of fact, this is what this thing is shooting. This is a 216 grain hollow point. This here is pushing these slugs right here at well over 850 feet per second. So just to let you guys know, this ain't no airsoft. Yeah, this is my hunting setup right here, and I bought this to hunt hogs and deer with it, and it's a 457. But the main point of this video today, all right, is going to be this really nice thermal imaging optic that we have on here. Now, I'm going to go ahead and remove the optic off of this air gun. That way we can go in depth and I can show you guys a little bit more up close. All right, guys, before we move on, I just want to say that this is the GRS225 RF by Goyojo, and they were very kind and they asked me if I wanted to review this here. This is brand new to them, new development for them, and I said, yeah, let's go. Let's take a look at it. Reason being, can't go wrong with a good thermal imaging optic. All right, and you know, we'll go into details to what we can use this thing for. But the price, it's very affordable. It's very budget friendly. This is sub $1,000 optic, and like I said, you guys might be thinking, wow, that is way too much. I'm used to spending 75 bucks on a scope. But in reality is that when it comes to thermal imaging, the prices can go way higher than $1,000. This thing retails for 750 bucks. Very, very affordable. It's also packed with a bunch of very useful features. So I've had this here optic for quite a while now, and I've been playing with it. I've done a couple of small game hunts with it. I've used it just to play around, learn the scope a little bit. I'm no expert when it comes to thermal optics at all. So this is all kind of new to me. I have another one that I've been kind of playing around with as well, but I'm going to share my experiences with this thing. I'm going to go over the features, stuff that I've learned so far, and yes, this thing will be used a lot more in the future, so you guys are not just going to get one video from me. There will be multiple videos on this, and you guys will get to see how it performs long term. So probably towards the end of the video, maybe integrated into the video, I'm going to put some B-roll footage of me actually scouting with this thing. But I want to talk about the main features here. So thermal imaging optic, and what that means is that it picks up heat. So you can use this thing day or nighttime. It doesn't matter. It's still going to work because it's only detecting what's hot and what's cold. That's a big plus because you can use this to identify things no matter what time of day it is. As far as the weight goes on it, I'm going to say it's probably pushing around 14 ounces or so. And the length, it's like the size of a standard scope. Now, I'm not going to get into all the super technical specs and stuff like that. So far, I've really been enjoying this. The image quality is very, very, very clear. I like that it also has multiple color palettes, I guess you can say. And that's nice because it just gives you more options to decide which one's going to be the best for you depending on whatever conditions are outside. This thing right here is waterproof, so that's also another big plus to me. It's got the option to run 2 batteries. So it has a built-in internal battery, and then it also has a compartment here on the side, kind of like where your parallax adjustment would be on a standard rifle scope. So it has a cap here, it unscrews, it is sealed, and it's got one of those CR123 batteries. Now, the battery that it comes with is non-rechargeable, so I already took mine out because I already drained it. I would recommend go on Amazon and buy some rechargeable CR123s. But it does have built-in battery, so if you ran out of that battery, you're not dead in the water, you still have a backup. And like I said, guys, when it comes to thermal imaging, things like this, I'm new to it, so I don't want something that's overly complicated for me to learn on or get used to. And what I like about this here is that the controls are very basic. You've got a menu and a OK button or enter button, and then right here you've got 3 buttons right there. But you got your power right there, so even if you're looking through the optic here, you can easily feel what button is what. rather than having all the buttons kind of in a row to where you like over here playing this musical instrument. You've got your 3 buttons right here. Makes it super easy for muscle memory. You know where the top is, you know where the bottom right and the bottom left is, so you can easily turn it on. So you just hit the one button, it turns on, and all the other functions are there too. So right here, this button right here, that's going to control your color palettes, and it's also going to control your rangefinder. So like I said, this has a built-in rangefinder, which is extremely useful. That way you're not taking guesses on what the range might be. And then on the other side here, we've got another button, and that is going to activate the recording. So this device can record, which is really nice. It can also take pictures. And what's cool about that is that if you just hold it for like 2 or 3 seconds, it automatically starts recording. And then you just press it to stop. And then if you just do a single press, it'll take a picture. And it does also have recoil activation recording. So, and you can adjust how many seconds prior to that shot you want this thing to start recording. So if you forget, you're in the heat of the moment, you forget to record, you could just put this thing on that recoil activation setting, and then when you pull the trigger, boom, you're gonna get your entire shot, everything. I don't know how well it'll pick up on smaller calibers. I've used this on my 25 caliber air rifle, which is putting out like 75 foot-pounds of energy. And I'm going to say that that rifle has a little bit more recoil than a 22 LR. So I don't know. I haven't tested it yet to see if that has enough to be able to activate this, but we'll see. I know you can put this thing on like a 5.56 and stuff like that. That would definitely work. But one more thing here with the power button, and if we go back into the battery mode, the battery life, is that if the device is on and you hold this button to turn it off, you got to hold it for like 4 seconds, I believe it is, and then the whole device powers off. And then if you want to turn it on, you got to press this button again, wait for it to boot up, and then you're good to go. If you're out in the field and you want to kind of put this thing in like a sleep mode, all you do is you just press this the power button down for about 1 or 2 seconds. You'll see a loading bar kind of slide across the screen. Before it gets to the end, make sure you just let off this button, and that's going to put this in a sleep mode, so you're going to conserve your battery. And then as soon as you need it again, you just press that button and it's all right there. Everything's right back on the screen. It does come with scope rings as well. The actual optic itself is a 1:8 magnification, or 1:8 power. And then you also have this here parallax adjustment, so you can get everything nice and sharp and crystal clear. And I do like that, actually. It's got a eye cover on the back here that this can come off completely if you wanted to. But I prefer to kind of have that on. That way I can put my face right up on it. If I'm out at night, it's going to block any light that might cast around my eye or my face when I have this thing up in a shooting position. It also has a one-shot zeroing feature on here. So what that means is like you take your shot, you aim down range at something, you take your shot wherever the projectile lands, then you're gonna go into the settings here and you're gonna activate the one-shot zero. And what that does is it freeze frames where the shot is. So you're gonna have to have your rifle or whatever locked down into a good vise. That way it doesn't move. So once you take the picture there, it's going to freeze everything, and then you're going to be able to access the turrets, I guess you can say, and you're going to have an X and a Y axis. So you're just going to turn the dial, and it's going to move whichever one you're in. So if you're in the Y axis, it's going to move it, and then you go into the X, and then you're going to move that one, and then you should be able to center the crosshair right down on wherever the point of impact was. And then once you leave that mode, you should be zeroed. So a couple of other things I want to mention here before I forget is going to be, once you have this thing powered on, you do have a cant meter. And what I mean by cant is when the rifle or the scope is downrange and it's in a straight up and down position, which is the way it should be, it'll tell you if you're holding to either side. So if you're holding to the left, like if you're canted at an angle, like this to the left, your impact is going to be low and to the left. And then if you aim to the right here on this angle, your impact is going to be low and to the right. So you'll never get a straight shot like as if you were straight up and down. And that's just because of the way gravity works. So it does have a meter on there. and it's on both sides of the screen, which makes it really nice to see and pick up, and it'll tell you how many degrees you're canting either way. So really nice. It also has one for elevation, up and down. It'll tell you how many degrees up and down you are. That also plays a big factor when taking long range shots. And then it also has a compass built in at the very top, and it'll tell you how many degrees north you are, or how many degrees south you are. Now, I just want to say that for the price here, $749 is what I last checked before I started making this video here. That is an incredible deal for what you're getting here. The looks here, very nice. I mean, this looks like a standard scope, especially if you take this here off of here. It just looks like a standard scope. Very, very nice. It's not overly heavy. It feels well built and solid. And like I said, 750 bucks, and it comes with that rangefinder there. I mean, that alone right there is a game changer, because shooting through a thermal, it can definitely be hard to judge distance. All right, this is not a regular scope, a first focal plane or a second focal plane. So this would be a challenge to estimate distance, especially if you're in an area you're unfamiliar with, if there's a lot of brush and stuff in the way. So just having that there really, really helps. Another thing, you know, you don't have to use this to shoot with it. You can actually use this for scouting, because it's not overly big or heavy to be able to just pick this thing up and, you know, or set it up on a tripod or something. You can also use this for security and defense. You know, if you have a large property or something and you're just trying to, you know, see who's around, or you heard something off in the distance and you can't see because it's too dark out there, you know, you can use this as a handheld for that. I mean, I really like it. I like it. It's got 7 different color palettes to choose from. It's got 5 different reticle choices, 5 different color options for the reticle. And like I said, it's simple to use. If you're in the dark, if you're in the pitch black darkness and you have to activate this, it's very easy to use. It's very easy. And that's what I enjoy the most out of it. I like that it has that built-in internal battery, just in case you ran out of that external battery there. You're still in business. But I'm gonna go ahead and leave a link to this thing down in the video description. Guys, if you use the code that I'm gonna provide, you will get an additional 15% off on this. That makes it even cheaper and even more affordable. So if you're in the market for a budget thermal optic, something that you can use for a bunch of different things, I definitely would recommend this. Like I said, I've had it for a bit now, and I've been playing with it and using it, and that's my honest opinion on it. Yeah, if you guys are interested in this, go ahead and check that out. If there's anything that I might have missed, like something specific, a specific question that you have that you want an answer to, feel free to drop it down in the comments. I always check the comments and stuff like that, and if I can provide an answer, I definitely will. But once again, I just want to say thank you to Goyojo for being kind and sending me this optic here to use and to share with you guys, and we're definitely going to use it for sure. As always, guys, if you guys found anything helpful in the video, if you guys enjoyed it, do me a favor, hit the thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, share the video, help get the content out there. And until next time, guys, peace.